Right, we're in Palma in January and it's sunny and it's lovely. And we got the brand new Fairline Targa 47. And today I'm going to give you a full tour of the boat. And as we go around the boat, I'm going to show you the differences between the Fairline Targa 45, the outgoing model, and the new Targa 47. So we'll put those shots of the two boats, the pictures on the screen so you can see it. So let's go. Okay, so starting at the back, the reason this boat's called a 47 is because it is nearly 47. And it's 0.25 meters longer than the Targa 45. And that's because this platform here is a bit wider. We'll show you on the screen the picture of the Targa 45 and you can just see that I've got some extra space here. So Charles, if you come around here, we've got the same garage that takes the Williams Minijet 280 and the same lovely Sunbed on top. So come aboard and we'll go right through. I've got some new socks for Christmas.
Wow.
They are Guinness socks because I do like a drop of Guinness.
Yeah.
And this one, I don't know if you can see. Can you see that?
Bring me a Guinness.
Bring me a Guinness. I don't know how long that's going to last, but let's test this platform. Sorry, this sunbed, because we've got this lovely sunshine here. You can see that actually I'm too long for the sunbed. So, but it's lovely and warm. This moved. Actually, of course, it's not long enough. I haven't moved it, Charles. Look. Just move this on. That's it. Oh, it's bloody wet. Right. I'm not going to lean back. You can see I've got plenty of room when I move the sunbed. So the sunbed's a pass. Now what I wanted to show you is if you look up here, just lots of small details have changed. So this has got a new moulding and ceiling detail, which looks quite nice. But the big change is in the rest of the cockpit. So the big change in the 47 in the cockpit is we've got rid of the small chair there, which was here actually, and we've made this much bigger, which is what customers were after. So we'll show you a picture of the Targa 45. And now you've got a very useful bin. Have a look, Charles. Very useful bin here. You've got this lovely fluting on here as well. This is all gel coat, by the way. Got the barbecue and the sink, which I've put my jacket in. And then you've got this extra locker here, which you can use to put ice in, if the ice maker works. And you've got a big cupboard here, which could be used for crockery. And then you've got the fridge and the ice maker, which we won't really talk about. So you've got all the normal features that a Targa has. So you've got the table that stows away here, which is really good. But this extra bit here just gives it a bit more feeling of space. And you've got more practical locker room, which is really nice. So the helm is totally new. This is inherited from the Targa 40 and Squadron 58. Again, we'll show you the Targa 45 one on the screen quickly so you can see how much of an improvement this new dashboard is. This boat also is fitted with the skyhook on the IPS. It's an IPS powered boat. I'll go through all the engines and the specifications and the costings at the end. But this boat has got a skyhook, which they call DPS, Dynamic Positioning System. And it's also got assisted docking, which means you can actually just move it left and right by a meter each time and the boat will stay put. So it's got some really nice features and it's not too expensive on top of the standard IPS system. So if I take a seat here, we can then see how good the shout window is. Now we're in Palma, we're right by the cathedral. Charles, can you see the cathedral? Show them where the cathedral is. And then you keep looking at the cathedral. There's no one about, is there? Oi, get the fenders in! That's quite good, isn't it? That works quite well. So, and if you want a bigger shout window, then you've got this lovely electric sunroof, which is absolutely huge. How long big do you reckon that is, Charles? It's got to be 4 or 5 metres, isn't it?
About 4 meters. Yeah.
4 metres, so it's pretty good. So if you come back here, Charles, and just face aft for a second and just show them the space on the floor, it's just absolutely massive cockpit. Really sociable scene, and this is where you'll spend most of your time. So let's go down below. Okay, so down below the improvements continue. This bulkhead here is changed. This had a big mirror and was quite plain. This has got the new fluting on there. This is the walnut glass, as you can tell. The table, Charles, you coming down, has now got these lovely areas where you can slide around the table easier, and a lot more detailing with the piano wood, etc. High-low table makes into a bed. Carpet on the floor. The Targa 45 always used to have the wooden floor, and now they've just introduced the carpet to this part of the saloon to make it feel more luxury and plusher, which does work. There is an optional TV you can have here, and then that gives you a drinks cabinet, which is quite nice. So on the starboard side, it's a great improvement just in detail and lots of space still. So the galley is very similar to before. We've got some new finishes. The microwave and oven used to be just behind there under a plain cover. It's now all mirrored. You've got all the cupboards with your glasses and what have you, and your fridge. So this has had minimal changes to it. But if we go forward to the master cabin, there's some lovely improvements. The first thing is the wardrobe. You'll see I've taken a picture of the 45. This is a much cleaner, more modern design, which I quite like. And then if we come into the forward guest cabin, we've added this lovely fluting. And if you zoom in, Charles, to those where those lights are, it's a lovely textured finish on the wall there. And we'll show you the previous model, which was quite heavy with wood. And this is much more, it's much lighter and more contemporary than the outgoing Targa 45. Same scissor berths, same space, same windows, and you've got the same access to the day head. And yes, it does pass the floss test, but I can't see a towel, but I can tell you there's lots of room. In fact, Charles, just pass me. Oh, Charles has found me a towel. Okay, we could do the floss test. So if I open that, and actually you can see I've got plenty of room, Charles. There's loads of room. Look,
Yeah, you're a big chap, you see.
Yeah, and then also I'll just show behind the door. You've got a lovely little sink and the toilet, and there's the shower detail, which is all very nice. Oh, one last thing. All Fairlines come with heirloom bedding, which is to His Majesty the King and the Queen. It's the best quality bed linen you can buy. Don't ask me to throw in a second set because it's very, very expensive.
Also the towels.
The towels heirlooms as well, Charles?
Yes.
Charles, I noticed a few of these around yours.
Yes.
Anyway, it's all included as standard, and you get pillows. So it's a really, really good night's sleep.
It is fantastic.
Yeah, and in fact, some customers buy it for their house as well, after they've slept well on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so there's a few more changes in the aft cabin. Oh, by the way, the ceiling panels are changed on here with all the latest mood lighting and detail, which looks lovely. The door has moved to the aft cabin. The door on the 45 is much further down there. So you walk into the cabin and you've got your ensuite in the master. And what they've done, they've moved the TV from up here. We'll show you pictures of the Targa 45. And the TV now is here in this lovely fluted console, which is really nice. We've got some new detailing, the flute detailing, and the fabric here, which continues right the way round the cabin. And it just feels really opulent, doesn't it, Charles?
It's beautiful.
Really, really
Very
nice.
luxurious.
Very luxurious. Also, it smells lovely, doesn't it?
Well, it's new.
It's new, yeah.
Brand
Is that
new.
new aftershave?
No, it's the beautiful new wood.
It's
and
lovely, yeah. So this cabin feels really cosy, doesn't it, Charles?
Oh, it's beautiful.
And I love these little lights, these
Yeah.
lights, they're nice too. Glass is the same, and you can see I'm 6'1", and you see I've got plenty of room. Remember, this is only a 47-foot boat, so you know you're going to be living in luxury here if you're the owner. What a lovely master cabin. Oh, we'll just show you the ensuite. It's very similar to the other one. Toilet, shower and sink, and lots of storage. What's the floor, Charles? We've got like a marbled finished floor, which looks lovely too. So all good. Normally I'd show you the engine room, but you've got twin D6 480s with IPSs. There's an access hatch just over here, Charles, isn't there?
Yes.
On the transom here, which is quite tight, I'll be honest. But underneath the garage floor, you press a hydraulic ram and the floor opens up and you've got fantastic access. And I've done that engine room on another video, and the boat is the same in that respect, so I'm not going to do it again. So let's do the costs. Okay, so new 2026 Fairline Targa 47. The boat cost, this one here with this equipment, this is a med spec air conditioning. You've got the bow thruster, you've got all the little treats you need. This boat is £1,177,000 ex VAT. If you put a 30% deposit down for a bank loan, that would be £335,000 deposit. That would give an advance of £842,000 and payments of about £8,250 per calendar month. But remember, that does include capital. That is not all interest, so you are buying the boat and you have got a valuable asset at the end. So that is £99,000 per annum. Fuel. So we always do the speed at 20 knots. With the IPS 650s, we're doing 110 litres per hour. They're D6, so they're 6-litre diesels, two of them. Fuel in the UK is about £1.55 per litre. I think it's similar here. So the cost per hour is £170 per hour. Now, average use in the UK and Europe is about 50 hours per annum. Adjusted for going in and out of the marina, you're looking at about £7,140 per year in fuel, which I don't think is too terrible. Okay, moving on to fixed costs. Berthing is about £13,000 per year, depending on where you are, of course. Servicing, we've got 2 pods and 2 engines, so that's a bit dearer than usual. It's about £8,000 per year. Other maintenance, polishing, anti-fouling anodes and what have you, is about £4,000. Insurance is about £4,000. So you've got a total fixed cost of about £29,000. Okay, so we're now moving on to variable costs. Depreciation, well, it's a new boat, so I would expect depreciation to be about £100,000. The fuel cost we've done earlier is £7,140. The finance is £99,000 per annum. So the variable costs are about £206,000, but you could end up with less depreciation or a little bit more. And obviously, if you don't finance it, then you haven't got that cost either. So it's all dependent on how you buy it and what happens in the market. I like the 47 badge.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
says it all.
Yeah. Okay, so now it's time for JB's measure of pleasure. Excuse the road, because there's a few cars there, Charles, isn't there?
Yes.
They're doing a little bit of work over there. This is Mole Vale, by the way, which is where the Palma boat show is. But remember, I'm in January, it's quite warm. Okay, accommodation, well, it's lovely. You've got the twin cabins and you've got the chance to make the saloon into a third. Lots of cockpit space, really usable boat. It's a really popular model. I'm going to give it 10 out of 10 for accommodation. On style, we'll put a rolling shot of the boat going through the water. It's a very pretty looking boat, so we're going to go for 9 out of 10 on style. Fun, well, you can throw this thing around. It's certainly like a sports car, and it's certainly lots of fun, so 9 out of 10 for fun. Running costs, IPS has proved itself to be very reliable and giving very few issues, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because it's quite efficient with the IPS. And the quality, well, I must say, so far this year I've had 3 new boats out of the Fairline factory under the new owners, and the quality is the best I've ever seen. So I don't know if this is the first time, but I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 for quality, which I don't know if they're clapping me, Charles, or what. which gives us 47 out of 50, which is 94%, which is absolutely excellent. Just want to show you the sunroof. It's absolutely huge. In fact, the sunroof, Charles, is nearly as big as the cathedral. Look, show the cathedral. How pretty is that cathedral? This boat is hand built. It's a lot of work, and that's why the boat is a little bit more expensive than some of the competitors, but it's worth every penny. As they say, Charles, you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
And you certainly do with this Fairline. And we have got one of these available for this season, which is this boat, and then you'll have to wait till the winter for the next one because there's not any others left. As always, if you like the videos, please press the subscribe button, the thumbs up button, and we'll put a link to the specification in the underneath the thumbnail, and we look forward to seeing you next time. You a churchman, Charles?
Well, I like the cathedral.
Yeah, you like the cathedral, yeah. But you don't go there every Sunday or anything.
No, but that was
beautiful.
Built, that was built 1,000 years ago.
It's 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Christ.
And they took all the stone out of the rocks as you come into the Bay of Palma.
Oh, I didn't know that. The nice thing is when you're filming with Charles, you get a bit of a history lesson, don't you, Charles?
I hope so.
Yeah. So 1,000-year-old church, one-day-old Fairline Targa 47. It's a great boat.
All hand built like the cathedral.
It is hand built. Yeah, this boat is hand built, as Charles said.